guys, Gareth here from Horsemanship. I've got Nelly here, Heidelberg Chanel, and Nelly has never had her feet done before, and she could kind of self-trim on the 480 hectares we were on before, but now we're on a smaller property. I'm going to have to get her used to getting her feet done. So it does give me an opportunity to show you guys how we go through the process of teaching a horse to pick up their feet and getting them trimmed. And we're also going to do the 2 foals. That'll be their first trims as well. But those of you that have seen on the YouTube channel with her mom, they came quite feral and we've taken a lot of time to get them trained. So Nelly's only 2 years old, but she now loves people. So I don't get too straight line on this. I'm not going to wait until she's got massive chips and cracks in her hooves and then have to get it done immediately. The big thing I need to do is do it gradually, make her understand the process, or have her understand the process, and then she's not going to feel the pressure of, oh, I have to do this. So my first thing with her is just to have you accept me rubbing her foot. Yeah, pretty good about that. A lot of people say, well, I have trouble picking up my horse's feet, and when you ask them, well, what does that mean? So when I try to pick up their feet, they kick me. So that is, the horse has no trouble picking up their feet. So if they can pick up their feet to kick you, they've got no issue standing on 3 feet. So we start with them just accepting that. The next stage I would go for is putting in some level of communication. I'll start to rub down the shoulder, put in a cue, asking for the push. Okay, when she stands and looks fast, I put it back down. So I'm not going to get that foot up and start working on it. I'm going to get to a point where she's not fighting me. Luckily, she's such a sweet mare. She's so relaxed now. We've done work on getting her relaxed with humans, that she's not the human's trying to eat me. She's like, oh, what is that? And she fiddles around and says, what do I need to do to get that pressure off? And what she needs to do to get that pressure off is stand without resistance. So she got a release the minute she stood without resistance. Now I'm going to come in and give her a lovely rub and not just jump to it again. She's got to feel that release. Now, she might think that it was just coincidental that when she stopped fighting, she got a release there. So we will give it a go again. And you'll see with the foals, we're going to do this even more of a process. So if they give that to us, we'll actually end the session because foals can't concentrate or focus as long. Give it a go. Feel better. I chuck my rope out. Make sure there's no coils in it. And my rope is just hooked onto my arm there. If anything happens and I need to, I can just drop down and pick it up. Okay, give the cue. Good job. Okay, that was much better. Got to that point a lot quicker, and now she's starting to realize it's not just coincidence. She can train me to put down her foot by giving less resistance. And a lot of people think, but I need that foot up for way longer when I'm going to clean her hooves or have this barrier do her feet. But we're going to build it a little bit at a time. She said, well, all I need to do is stand, and then maybe I can stand a little bit longer, and then she understands the cue. So what I'm doing there is I slide my hand down from her shoulder, which is a preparation for the cue. Click 4 times, and then I just give us a light little pinch. I'm not trying to hurt the horse yet. That's a big thing. I just get a light little pressure just on her chestnut, and I keep it there until she lifts the foot. And lots of loves and cuddles in between. So Nelly doesn't have, you'll notice, those of you that have been following Heartfelt for a while, I'm letting Nelly take steps. The reason is, I haven't yet put the communication in place for me to be able to expect her to stand. So my expectation changes if I haven't built the communication. Down. And that time I didn't squeeze. That's the third repetition in the whole life. And she lifted her foot. Yay, you're so clever. Remember, horses are smarter than humans. They can learn a new behavior within 3 to 5 repetitions. They're not as flexible as humans. It takes us at least 10 repetitions to learn something, but we can adjust our behaviors in about 10 repetitions as well. Horses, once they've learned a negative behavior, you could be looking at 300 to 500 repetitions, because their learned behavior is how they survive. So 3 repetitions of how to get away from a lion, that is pretty important stuff for them. They're not going to change that behavior very quickly. Okay, so you'll notice I'm only just working on the 1 foot for now. I just want to try and introduce the stick here. Look at this. Let's have a look. Okay. Check my rope out again. Now I'm not going for a complete clean. I'm going for a light introduction. She's moving, I don't start with my goal. Can't release on a brace, she's pulling, I'm just going to go with her. Good girl. Now, some people say, well, she's calm. What about an anxious horse? Anxious horse, I wouldn't even be trying this. I would work on their relaxation first. Don't try and take away a horse's last line of defense when they're still terrified of you. You're going to have a fight, and neither of you are going to get anywhere. So if it's urgent, in that situation, you need to get a horse's hooves done, that's when you're going to possibly look at sedating them. Not something I'd recommend. I'd rather get a horse onto a nice big area to move, they stay sound, and then get them relaxed. My feet go. Okay, I'm going to go around to the other side and work the other foot a little bit. Need this to always be a good experience for her. Loading time was it, Talia?
9.5 minutes.
So horses' focuses are limited, how long they've been asked to focus in the past. So I'm giving lots of time between where I just hang out with her. I'm not asking anything of her. And then it's not about focus, she's actually just loving the cuddle times. It helps that her buddy Danny over there can do it. Going back this side. down. Click. Down. She lifted her foot on her own there. And then I put it down. She's such a clever girl. So horses generally don't, well, not generally, don't always transfer from one side to the other. That could have been an absolute fluke, and I will try again. For now, I'm always looking for a good reason to shut up. As much as I'm talking in this video, that might be hard to believe, but you're always looking for an opportunity to say, okay, you did the right thing, let me step back. So my priority is always relaxation before you're doing any education. So having their feet handled is an education matter. Getting them prepared for a vet, those are all education, but you need them relaxed to start with. Okay. This is where the relationship part makes such a big difference. She really loves being with me. She's going to come and groom me back while I give her scratches. That's the good stuff. Doesn't feel anything's been done to her. We're working on this stuff together. I'll do this right. She's like, hey, that was interesting. When are we going to do that stuff again? Okay, so I'm going to leave that video there for her front feet. In the next video we'll start working on her back feet and start introducing the other tools. Thanks guys.